Welcome back to the channel, MacDonald Homestead build, and eventually farm. We're working on getting vegetable production going here. It's still a little early for this far north. I think we might have jumped the gun a little bit on our vegetable starts because we moved from a zone 5, and up here it's a zone 3. That's generously a zone 3. We had some minus 40 stretches this past winter, minus 30 stretches. It's a dry cold, as they say, but minus 40 is cold. And there's just endless things to do on this place. It was let go the last few years. That the woman who owned it was she was almost 100 years old when she died. So you're not getting a lot of things done when you're up into your 90s at that point. So there's a lot of things to fix. A lot of things are broken. It's in some ways you're starting literally from scratch. So you got to get out every day and you got to do something. Doesn't matter what it is. Farming is about grinding and just working and working. And I have a Dutch son-in-law. His name is Dan. He is a large, tall, and powerfully built Dutch fellow with the blonde hair and the ice blue eyes of the, frost giants. And there's a big farming tradition with the Dutch. The Dutch are they're known the world over for their ability to grow things out of the ground and, animal husbandry and you name it. And anywhere there's a heavy Dutch farm influence, it's a very, very prosperous looking area in the terms of farms. And these are the people who, they literally reclaim farmland from the sea, if you can imagine the sea. Some Dutch bros got together there and they're looking out at the ocean and they're like, there's land under there. If we can move the sea, we can farm that land. And so these guys, they all got together and, they said, we're gonna farm under the sea. We're gonna move this thing, and these are the guys that, the Dutch government wants to take their farms, you imagine, you're a government official, you show up at Jan's farm and say, Jan, we're taking your farm. And Jan, he's Dutch, right? He's tall, he's powerfully built. He's like, this farm? Yeah, Jan, pack your stuff and get out. We're taking your shit. And Jan looks around at the farm that his great-great-great-great-grandfather wrested from the sea. And then the next thing you know, the government official is sliding down the well-manicured driveway on his face, covered in cow shit, with, a handful of tulips rammed up his ass. Then Jan goes and he gets his neighbors, Van Pounder, Van Jacked, and, Van Helsing. And away they go. And next thing you know, half the country's on fire. The police are being sprayed with cow shit. And the Dutch farmers have organized and won the elections. I mean, you don't pick a fight with people who reclaimed farmland from under the ocean. Okay? The ocean. They went to the ocean and they said, we're going to farm because there's land under there. They took on Neptune and they won. You imagine you're Neptune, you get wind that Jan and the boys, the Van boys, are out there. And Neptune shows up and he's like, what are you wooden clogged hicks doing on my ocean? And they're like, what do you mean? Well, you can't just come here and, take the ocean. So that's why I'm here with my seahorse and my trident, and my retinue to tell you guys to get out of here. And, the Dutchmen look at Neptune and they say, but this is land. We moved the ocean over there. The ocean's over there now, Neptune. So we didn't take the ocean. We just put it over there, behind that levee, where it belongs, because this is farmland. And Neptune is like, well, you can't just move the ocean. It belongs to me. And you got to get my permission. And they said, well, I know. Sure, it's your ocean. It's there. It's still there. It's right over there. But this is land under the ocean, and it belongs to us. And Neptune's like, I think these friggin' wooden clogged hicks have put one over on me, because this is land now. And so Neptune has to, back down. It's too late. The ocean's gone. They moved the ocean over there, with buckets and shovels and wooden shoes. You don't pick a fight with people like that. You're going to lose that fight. Well, you might take their farms, but long term, I'm not so sure that that's a very good idea. They're Dutch, tall, powerfully built, They take a few minutes away from their, farm to burn down the country if you try and take their farm. So farmers, pretty important group overall. You don't eat without them. One thing that'll set people off is lack of food. People get cranky when they don't have food. So, just let the farmers farm. Let them reclaim the land from the sea and live on the land like powerful living men. And they'll feed the world. You don't even need to talk to them about it. They just will, because they like it. It's fun. So we're going to continue with some more videos here in the coming days. I'm going to show you some of the things we're doing here. I intend to perform some feats of strength just to show all you Ripley muscled gym bros what a 60-year-old beefy friggin' country boy can lift. Because, the reality is I think you guys are pussies. And sorry, but, the tights, pretty fancy. Like and subscribe if you like this content. Talk to you next time. Cheers.